Hey, welcome back. If you're ready to elevate your life and take control of your future, then make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. You're in the right place. And let me tell you something. Where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow, it all comes down to one thing: your mindset. It's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about mindset. The kind of mindset that takes you from average to extraordinary, from where you are to the top 1%. The 1% aren't born with anything that you can't get. It's all about what they choose to do every single day. So today, I'm going to show you how to walk the pathway to the top 1%. It's not an easy path, but if you're willing to take those steps, it can lead you to a life most people only dream of. Let's get into it. If you're serious about being in the top 1%, the first thing you need to do is take full responsibility for your life. I'm talking about ownership. Most people go through life blaming their circumstances, blaming others, or blaming the world around them. I didn't have the opportunities, they say. Or, if only I had this connection, then I would make it. But here's the truth. The top 1% don't make excuses. They understand that no one is coming to save them. No one is going to do the hard work for them. They know that success starts with them, and only them. The sooner you take full responsibility for everything in your life, the sooner you'll see things change. It's easy to look outside yourself for the answer, but the real key is inside of you. Every day, you make choices. Every moment, you have the chance to decide what kind of life you'll create. And the 1% mindset says, I am in control. If you want to make it, you need to be in charge of your actions, your decisions, and your future. I want you to think about something for a second. Every single day, you have the opportunity to either get closer to your goals or fall farther away. The 1% aren't the ones who just show up when they feel like it. They don't wait for motivation. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They show up every single day, regardless of how they feel. The power of consistency is undeniable. It's not about doing one big thing once in a while. It's about showing up every day. Whether it's working on your business, your fitness, your relationships, or your personal growth. It's the small, consistent actions that, over time, compound into extraordinary results. You don't have to be perfect, but you do need to be consistent. And I'm going to tell you right now, consistency will win every single time. Think about it. If you show up for 365 days in a row, you'll have worked on your goals for an entire year. If you show up for 5 years, that's 5 years of progress. But most people don't stick with it long enough. They give up after a few months, after a few failures. But the 1%, they keep going, no matter what. So, what about you? Are you willing to be consistent? Are you willing to put in the work every day, even when it's tough? Because that's how you create extraordinary results. Here's a secret that most people aren't ready to hear. Success requires sacrifice. And I'm not just talking about sacrificing your time. I'm talking about sacrificing comfort, convenience, and sometimes even relationships. The 1% are willing to make sacrifices that others won't. They sacrifice sleep. They sacrifice weekends. They sacrifice the easy path. And they sacrifice instant gratification. Why? Because they know that what they gain is worth more than what they give up. Look, no one is telling you that you have to work 24/7. But if you want to be at the top, you'll have to give up some things. You can't have everything, at least not all at once. The 1% understand that every moment of discomfort, every sacrifice they make, is an investment into their future. When you choose the path to greatness, you're choosing a life of deliberate sacrifice. And that's okay. the reward will always be worth it. The 1% aren't looking for quick fixes. They don't want the shortcut. They understand that true success doesn't come from instant results. It comes from delayed gratification. In a world where people are used to instant gratification, social media likes, quick downloads, fast food, the 1% know that the best things in life take time. Think about a seed. When you plant it in the ground, you don't see the tree sprouting up overnight, but you water it, you take care of it, and you let time do its work. That's how the 1% think. They know the work they're doing now may not pay off today or tomorrow, but if they keep planting the seeds, keep working, and keep trusting the process, they know that the results will come. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's not about quick wins. It's about putting in the work for years and trusting that the payoff will come in the long run. So, are you willing to delay your instant desires and focus on the long-term rewards? Here's a hard truth. Failure is inevitable. But here's the thing. The 1% don't fear failure. They embrace it. Why? Because they know that failure isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of a new journey. Every time they fail, they learn. Every setback is a lesson. The 1% don't see failure as something to avoid. They see it as an essential part of their success. Because the more they fail, the more they learn. And the more they learn, the closer they get to their goals. In fact, most of the successful people you look up to, they failed more than anyone else. They failed and failed and failed. But what separated them from the rest of the world? They didn't give up. They kept going, kept learning, kept improving. So the next time you fail, don't look at it as a defeat. Look at it as an opportunity to get better. The 1% mindset says, I will learn, I will adapt, I will rise again. In a world full of distractions, the 1% have one thing in common. They stay focused. It's easy to get distracted by the noise around you, the latest trends, the opinions of others, the constant bombardment of social media. But here's the reality. If you want to make it to the top, you've got to learn how to block out the noise and focus on what truly matters. The 1% don't chase every opportunity. They don't get sidetracked by things that aren't aligned with their goals. They know what their purpose is, and they stay focused on that. Focus is one of the most powerful tools you can have in your arsenal. When you're laser focused on your goals, you won't be swayed by the opinions or distractions of others. Ask yourself, what are you focusing on today? What's consuming your time? Is it moving you closer to your goals, or is it keeping you stuck? The 1% don't get to the top by chance. They get there because they have a clear vision. They know exactly what they want, and they stay laser focused on their path. The power of having a vision is undeniable. When you know exactly where you're going, it becomes much easier to map out how to get there. Without a vision, you'll wander aimlessly. Without a vision, you'll drift from one thing to the next, hoping something works out. But the 1% have a plan. They know where they're headed, and they make decisions that align with that vision every single day. If you don't have a vision yet, take a moment today and think about it. What do you truly want in life? What's your bigger purpose? The clearer your vision, the more aligned your actions will be. Here's the thing. The pathway to the top 1% isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who are willing to do what others won't. It's for those who are willing to sacrifice, to fail, to work hard every single day, and to never give up. But the rewards? Oh, they're worth it. The 1% live a life that most people only dream of. They don't settle for mediocrity. They don't wait for opportunities. They create them. And today you have the chance to join them. So let me ask you, are you ready to make the sacrifices? Are you ready to embrace failure? Are you ready to put in the work day in and day out? Because that's the path to the top 1%. And it starts with you today. Let's go. Time to make it happen. The pathway to the 1% is waiting for you.